Hello, champion. All right, we just fixed that particular problem. Hello, champions. How are we? This is what we call a pop-up presentation. We are about to go live here in just a few seconds. Just sharing it. So I'm going to give you time as well if you want to go ahead and share to your pages, tag, and then tag your friends or whatever the case may be. Let's take about 2 minutes to share. Post. I'm posting it into my groups, Messenger. I'm posting it on multiple pages. So let's give you about 30 seconds to get that done. And then, of course, you can be sharing as I'm doing the presentation, of course. But we're ready to dive into some information. The only thing I want to do, other than what I've done, is I want to switch over to phone audio because um, sometimes, the audio on the internet is not that great. So I'm gonna dial in real quick, guys. Again, you have time to share, right? You have time to share, and then I'm just gonna dial in real quick so that you guys make sure you guys can hear me very, very well as we're going through the presentation. So I'll be on in just a second. Don't forget to go ahead and share. Okay, I did that wrong, so I got to start over. What a pain, but that's all right. I'm gonna get it together here real quick. All right. All right, you guys got it shared? We're almost there. All right, I think we're ready. All right, guys, out there in the Facebook land, can you hear me okay? Can somebody let me know whether or not you can hear me okay? I am monitoring it on my page. If you can hear me okay, that is absolutely positively fantastic. So we're going to dive straight into some information, guys. I'm so excited to share with you. And we're ready to rock and roll. So welcome to our next generation of CEOs business opportunity platform, guys. If you are joining this particular webinar, whether you're joining it right now on YouTube or whether you're joining it on Facebook Live or you're joining live here to the webinar, you have been invited to this particular platform because there's something amazing that is about to happen. And, it's interesting. You're going to either be one of those people that make things happen, that watch things happen, or one of those people that will wonder, hey, what just happened? Well, you're invited so that you can be you can make decisions that you won't wonder what happened. You can either join us and make it happen, or you can just watch what we do because we're about to really, really get down. I am your hostess tonight, Coach JP, Janice Elisa Parker, and I'm excited to share some information with you. But let me tell you a little bit about about my story first so that you understand who you're actually listening to. You know, it's kind of, it's one of those things where I think sometimes we look at a person who's had a lot of success and we think maybe, you know, I couldn't do the same thing. But the fact of the matter is, guys, is that you can do the same thing. I am a country girl out of Suffolk, Virginia, guys. Grew up with my brother playing basketball and flag football and all that fun stuff. Athletic scholarship to JMU because I used to be able to hoop. I think I still can, just a little bit back in the day. But guys, I went into the workforce, you know, and I was unaware of some of the interesting things that can happen in the workforce, and I was unaware of the politics that happen in the workforce. And I finally left my first employer. Actually, I was advised to leave because I was told we're never going to promote you. And so I went. Since then, like since 1998, I've literally been in business for myself to some form or another. Insurance salesperson with New York Life Insurance, and then partnered with a young man in an automobile dealership in 1999. And guys, I thought I had arrived, like literally felt like I had arrived. And I remember my business partner and I, when I joined him, he was at $400,000 a year in annual sales. And at our height, guys, at our height, $21 million a year in annual sales. And so literally, I was like my grandmother used to say when I liked the little boy, she used to say, your nose wide open. It really was. We thought we had arrived. And we planned for every little obstacle. You know, our business plan mapped out everything except the recession that hit in 2008. And our bank at that time had loaned us $2.5 million to buy inventory. We had just spent $776,000 expanding our dealership, only to run right into a recession. And unfortunately, our bank, New South Federal Savings Bank, they filed bankruptcy. The $2.5 million credit line that they'd loaned to us, we had to give it back. And nobody else in the middle of the recession is loaning money to two independent people in Newport News, Virginia, you know, with an automobile dealership. And guys, we literally went from sugar to sugar honey iced tea, like literally overnight. And I remember losing everything. My house, he lost his house. We had no cars. Our credit cards are gone. Cell phones are gone. I mean, it was really, really a very bleak time. And I tell you that story because I want you to understand when I saw this presentation, I was kind of blinded at first to it because life had just beat me up just a little bit too much. And I know Les Brown says if you can look up, you can get up, but I couldn't even roll over at that point in time. And so Von Nickelberry, God bless his heart, my mentor, he continued to come and not, he didn't throw it at me, but he kept dripping on me, right? He kept dripping on me for like 16 months. And finally, coming in on the tail end of the last launch that these gentlemen did, I've been blessed to earn a $50,000 challenge. As a matter of fact, where's my check? I don't know if I can put my hands on it. I would show it to you. Oh, here it is. As a matter of fact, it looks like this, right? It's a $50,000 bonus check. I was blessed to be able to earn that $50,000 bonus check with the company. I'm going to show you how you can do it too. Blessed to earn this particular ring, guys, and it just signifies that you've earned 1 penny short of $250,000 inside of a 1 year period. And guys, this was me just finally stepping out on faith. So what I'm about to show you, if you're open to change, if you want something different, if this year's W-2 looked like last year's and the year before that, if you've come into this new year and you said, listen, I've got some goals, you know, I have some things that I want to do. I want to pay off some credit cards. I want to put my children in private school. I want to buy a new car. I want to take care of my mom, whatever it is, guys, I'm going to show you right now. And if you pay attention and if you take the blinders off, like I finally did, right? This thing right here would change your whole entire life. So let's dive straight into some information so I can share with you what I was able to do, champions, and then you'll be able to see what you're able to do as well. All right, so let's get these slides pulled back up here. Once again, you are watching Coach JP in the Next Generation CEO. This is a business opportunity, champions. This is a business opportunity that you have, right? A business opportunity that you have right at your fingertips. So we are healing nations with vacations. Here's what's going on, champions. Listen, one of the things that my grandmother used to say back in D-Day, grandmother would say, God bless the child that has his what? You can put it in the chat. You can drop it in the message. Again, if you're on YouTube, just hit like and subscribe. But if you're on Facebook, you can put it in the chat, in the comments. God bless the child that has his own. Well, listen, Warren Buffett, what I love about his story is that Warren Buffett made the bulk of his billions of dollars after the age of 50. Same thing with Colonel Sanders. So if you haven't got it right, and you feel like, oh, Lord, I'm 35, I'm 40, I'm 45, I'm 50, it doesn't matter. Listen, you can start today. To increase your wealth, you must start a business. Here's what he said. It can't just be any business, though. He says the things that you like to do should be a hobby of yours. The things that the world does should be a business of yours. What champions the world is traveling. Look at the kinds of money that is being spent in travel. In other words, you nor I have to go out there and figure out or come up with some grand product. We just need to figure out how to move the product in the industry that is already doing over $8.3 trillion on an annual basis. By the time we finish this particular presentation, travel will have done another $947 million, champions, $947 million in actual travel sales. So you and I just need to figure out how to get our piece. We don't need all of it, guys. We just need to figure out how to get our piece. So let's look at this. As big as travel is, now you just saw 8.3 trillion. But as big as travel is, guys, 768 million unused, unpaid vacation days were left on the table by Americans. Now, you may be saying that's ridiculous. I know, because when I work, I'm trying to take my time, your time, her time. 768 million unused vacation days. Somehow or another, guys, we have become known as the no vacation nation. In other words, employers said, listen, stay home. We will pay you the same amount as if you came to work. Connect with your family, connect with your friends, relax, recharge. Take a staycation, a vacation. Go make some memories with your children or your wife or your husband. Go check out some different cultures, but by all means, go do something. Guys, travel even improves your mental and physical health. But instead of doing that, people went to work. When did we become a group of people that 55% of us would rather go to work than stay at home or be with our families? Here's what we discovered. In doing some research, guys, we discovered that by taking one 7-day, 8-day, 7-night vacation on an annual basis, just once, you reduce your risk of heart disease by 32%. To me, that's a no-brainer. Fellas, to increase marital satisfaction, take our butts on vacation, right? Listen, it contributes to higher positive emotional levels. I just picture like little endorphins, right? Like I think of them as emojis, like little smiley faces. Or if you guys remember Pac-Man, I know I'm dating myself, but if you remember Pac-Man, guys, remember, just happy faces. Listen, positive emotional levels, less depression. And here is my passion. My passion is for children, right? And I'm not understanding why children are depressed. I understand there's bullying and all this kind of thing. But think about this. I want you to picture the perfect world, right? In utopia, where the kids that are bullies go on annual vacations, and so they're nicer. The kids that are being bullied, or the kids that find themselves for some reason feeling depressed, are no longer depressed because their family has annual vacations. They have something to talk about around the dinner table. They have something to plan for. Little Sally is trying to show her mom all the places we can shop in Brazil. And little Billy is trying to show dad all the excursions we can go on in China. Lower blood pressures, family. Smaller waistlines. Even boost your immune system, guys, for up to 10 months. But one of my favorite things, guys, is because they talk about this word so much as that silent killer. Guys, we want to help eliminate stress. Now, you may be saying to yourself, well, how are you in some travel platform going to help eliminate stress? I'm going to show you in just another moment. But here's the thing. Do you know that when you're happier, you're more creative? When you're positive and less depressed and less stressed, you have more creativity, which means you are likely to end up with some extra change from your job with a raise or a bonus. But why? Why do people skip vacations? Did you skip your vacation last year? Why did you? Well, guys, number one, according to the U.S. Travel Association, is cost. We got a solution for that one. Now, another one, see, these gentlemen that we're working with, they decided in 2015 to correct that particular problem. I'm going to show you how they did that. Coach Lloyd Toma, his son Scott, and Dr. Christopher Coakley, see, they are responsible for, just as of now, well over $3 billion. That's a B. $1 billion in travel sales. As such, they paid out to us in the field over $250 million in travel commissions. I don't know about you, but how much of that do you need to change the landscape of your life? Now, here's another one. 50,000 of those $1,000 bonuses, champions. They've also, listen, 500 of those $10,000 bonuses. Okay, and then when you look at 100 plus $1 million earners in this platform, remember I told you that it will change your whole entire life, guys. It will change your whole entire life. Now, what I want you to understand is that this particular platform is what changed mine. I was able to create that extra income, those bonuses that you see, besides the $1 million one, I've been able to earn. And I don't tell you that to brag. I tell you that because I want you to see yourself doing it. Does that make sense? Guys, here's another thing. They were the first to create discount travel. Now, what does that mean? Guys, when Expedia says that there is a sale on their travel, it's just a small discount off of retail. I'm going to show you a whole new ball game, as Grandma used to say. So, who are we? Third Street 65, next generation in travel. What's our goal? Our goal is zero. Zero. Now, you may be saying that's an unusual goal. We want zero unused vacation days. We believe that everybody, every single person needs a vacation every single year. As a matter of fact, we have a young lady on our team, and she was telling some of the champions down in Texas. She was saying every 90 days, my family and I go on a vacation. Now, we only go on one 8-day, 7-night vacation, but we actually go on three 3-day vacations, and it may be even a staycation, something close to home. She said, but what I noticed, and I didn't do it intentionally, but when I got started with this platform, it just kind of happened. She said, what I noticed is we don't argue as much as we used to. The house is more peaceful. We're planning towards the next vacation, so we've got something to talk to each other about. Guys, we are going to accomplish this in several ways. Number one, by lowering the travel costs of people that we know, all right, that are not part of our platform through something called the Vortex. And then they created this revolutionary concept of the Vortex that I just really got to show you. What it is you and I own a link. Now, my link is not yours and your link is not the next guy's. We all own our own individual link. Well, when we share the link with our friends and family, what happens is our customers can sign up for my favorite 4-letter word, free. What they're able to do is book all the same hotels and cruises and car rentals that they would book on Expedia, Priceline, or Travelocity, okay? But they get to book it at a discount. So 85% of the time, they're going to save some money. But here is the thing. When they save, you're going to get 60% of what they save in the form of a referral bonus. Now, they can shop 24 hours a day. They can shop 7 days a week. You don't have to be there. Let me give you an example. If your friend or family member looked at Orlando on Expedia, they would see that it was for this particular day and time for 8 days, 7 nights, 2 bedrooms right near the Disney gate. They would have paid $1,641. Are any of your friends and family members going to be mad that you saved them $474? No. But are you mad that you sent them the link and they saved $474, but the company sent you a check for $284? Are you mad at that? Hell no. Listen, I will save as many people some money as possible. Here's another example. If they use the Vortex and maybe they took a 4-day, 3-night stay in Manhattan, they saved $374 in Manhattan. and you get a check for $224. They were able to go see Lion King, and you were able to take your check and do whatever it is that you wanted to do with it. Guys, how about Rome? 8 days, 7 nights. They would say 406. You would get yourself a nice check, right, in the mail from the company, and you would get that check. Wait a minute, it skipped on me. You would get that check for $244. In other words, the beautiful thing is they get to travel as often as they want, whenever they want. You have up to 10,000 customers that you can actually share this with. And guess what? I want you to answer this question for yourself. If you had an extra $6,000 in 2020, just think about it, $6,000 in 2020, would you pay off any of those nagging little credit cards? Would you catch some stuff up? Would you put it away in a certificate of a deposit or an annuity? Would you invest in, in some type of stock? What would you do with an extra $6,000 this year? And the crazy thing is you can earn it by just sharing a link. Isn't that bananas? You can just share that link with as many people as you want it. Now, let me give you an idea of what could happen. If you think about all the people that you know that you work with on Facebook, you got something in common with, friends and family. If just 200 hotel nights were booked and they only say $50 measly, right? 50. I'm not saying 200 people because somebody might book 8 nights and somebody might book 2. But each night saves $50. Now that's like 30% of your friends on social media, and that's if you only have 300. Guys, that's how you would make $6,000, right? It's not that difficult. I mean, you could do this literally on social media. If you're a millennial, you can literally do this on social media. Guys, the beautiful thing is there's a whole nother other way to make money in travel. We have a platform that, where you can become a certified travel agent. I have one of my champions down in Trinidad and Tobago, and she was literally able to, over a weekend, get her certification, and over like a 90-day period or 100-day period, she studied and took the exams of over 100 of our top travel vendors. Some of them sent her luggage. One of them sent her a $500 gift card. Another one, she got a 3-day, 2-night stay in Barbados, a 3-day, 2-night stay in Atlantic City. She even booked Spain, Rome, Abu Dhabi, Jordan, and Japan from Facebook. Guys, made well over $40,000 in commissions. You can do the exact same thing. As long as you have your cell phone, guys, you can run a travel business right from your cell phone. But here's the other piece. Remember I told you that we have like the better prices than Expedia, Priceline, and Travelocity? Well, I showed you what your customers would get. Can I now show you what you get? The ownership has its privileges, or as American Express would say, membership, right? When you have the top travel owner package, literally what you're able to do is to get bigger discounts. But the other thing that you're able to do is that when those customers that you shared the link with and you made the $6,000 from, when they travel, you're going to earn free vacations. I'm going to show you how you're going to do that in just a second. Now, this is you. This is not your customer, okay? This is your benefit for being part of our platform. Because, see, if we're going to fix the issue about the no nation vacation, we figure we better start at home. Now, part of the membership package says this. If you and another couple book a 4-day, 8-day, 7-night stay in Las Vegas, and it costs $13.86 on Expedia, you'd only pay $4.59. Like, you could take the $9.27. I don't know, maybe you would buy flights with that. Sometimes we've seen flights on our site, $59. Round trip on Frontier right in our membership. Well, guys, that $9.27 means you can eat at fancy restaurants. You can go see Cirque du Soleil, Mariah Carey, Celine Dion, Diana Ross, whatever. But it's extra money for you to enjoy your vacation. Now, this one's mine. Well, me and a lot of my girlfriends. We want to go to Bora Bora. Well, Expedia has that price at $6,700 plus taxes, plus fees, plus. You know what your price is as a member with us? Your price happens to only be $3,400. That's $3,200 less. Why not use that money to fly to Bora Bora? Like, really, does it make sense? I had one guy say to me, y'all. Now, y'all just gotta flow with me on this one. He said on his Parker, maybe you deal with people that can't afford to pay for retail. And so you know how my grandma used to say count to 10 before you say something. So it's, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. And so I said to him, no, I work with people who are smart enough not to pay retail. Does that make sense? Like, just because you have it, why would you give it away? That makes absolutely no sense. And Alaskan cruise, what if you saved $11.93? You could go on more excursions in Alaska. I'm not going with you because it's cold. I'm going south. But you will be able to do some of those things that you want to do. As a matter of fact, one of my champions, her name is Rosa. So Rosa and Stuart took some training, right, with one of our cruise vendors, and she earned a 7, 14, or 21-day cruise where she chose an Alaskan cruise. I'm not going with her because it's cold. But can you imagine going on a cruise for free? Oh, yeah. And you got to get back with the person who invited you for all of that. Now, how do you earn free vacations with the top owner package? Well, when you're sharing your link with your friends and family, when they travel, you earn reward credits and it goes in your vacation vault. When you go on vacation, you earn reward credits and it goes in your vacation vault. Well, those reward credits can be used to purchase vacations without using your hard-earned money. So you keep your money, right? Keep your money on your bank card and, right, then you get to use that money for whatever else you want to do, like buy me a souvenir. I don't know. So here's what our mission is. We want to heal the nation with vacations. But it begins with you. We want you to join our cause. Like, you don't have to join our business. Just join our cause. Just become one of the people who sets the example of those persons who takes a vacation a year. And when you join our company, this is what you qualify for. You're going to get, every single year, you're going to be awarded an anniversary vacation. 8 days, 7 nights stay. Accommodations are all taken care of, just for you. Because again, if we're going to teach the nation about vacation, it should start where we clean our house first, right? Over 3,000 worldwide resorts, not to mention you don't have to sell anything. Like if you say, well, I don't want to do the link, I don't want to be a travel agent, I just want to take my vacation, you can do that. And I love that about you being part of our platform. No commission requirements. You're just a member. You're in our platform. You're every single year that you're a member and you're consecutive in your membership, 12 consecutive months, anniversary vacation for 2021. In 12 more consecutive months, anniversary vacation for 2022. 12 more consecutive months, anniversary vacation. Does that make sense? So now you and your family can start planning out vacations year after year. Even when little Billy and little Susie are 21 and 22, you guys are still planning annual vacations. It keeps the family close, right? It keeps the family with something to look forward to. I mean, it's just a win-win-win situation. Guys, the destinations are just vast. Right here in the United States, dozens of destinations. I can just look up here and look at places I have not been. I have not been to Orange County. I have not been to Palm Springs. I have not been to Sacramento. What about you? Maybe you haven't been to the inland New Hampshire or maybe Myrtle Beach or Western Poconos or maybe you haven't been to Lake Conroe area. And I know I haven't been because I didn't know it existed. Or West Virginia or Green Bay. I would like to see the cheeseheads. I don't know, Canada or Mexico or the Caribbean or Africa, Asia or Australia. See, there are so many places in the world to see that you're going to now get to see it for free right here in our platform. We are going to get that number of 0. We're going to heal nations with vacations. We believe that we can make happier families, happier couples, happier children, right? Just people with better disposition simply because they have a vacation to look forward to every single year. That makes sense to me. My question is, does it make sense to you? Does it make sense that if you want to, you can share links with people and they save and you make money? Does it make sense to you that when they travel, you get reward credits that get you free vacations? Does it make sense to you that if you want to, you can be like, my girl in Trinidad that made over $40,000 in commissions. You can be like my girlfriend up in the Poconos. She was telling me about depositing a $25,000 check and an $18,000 check and a $5,000 check as a travel agent right from your house. Does it make sense, guys, that you can, in this platform, maybe it's not time for your annual vacation and not enough reward credits for a free vacation, but you can use your membership to have a significantly discounted vacation, right? Does it make sense that being part of our cause, whether you share a link or become a travel agent or not, you have an annual vacation every single 12 months, and you and your family can start planning the next 30 years? If it makes sense, guys, we invite you to join us. Listen, it's $4.99 for our travel owner package. That includes the board tax. That includes, the travel agency, guys. And you get that membership and the reward credits. I mean, it's all in one package. $99 a month, cup of coffee a day is what it costs to maintain your package. And we literally, because we're in our phase 2 of our pre-launch, we're literally offering our package right now for $200 off. Like, you can't beat that. And ladies, you can tell your husband, look, I found the business for $4.99, but we only paid $2.99, so that $200 I get to keep for shoes. What I'm saying is, guys, literally for less than what it costs for a Movaro watch or a Dooney and Burke, is it Burke, Dooney and somebody purse, you literally can be in business for yourself, literally. And for less than less than the cost of a cup of coffee at Starbucks every day, or maybe you skip eating out lunch, you can run a business or have this platform. I mean, it's bananas. So let me ask you a question. If we shared this with 10 people that you know, how many of them do you think would be interested in one part or all 5 parts of what I just showed you? Now, when I travel the country sharing this information, people say all 10. But what if you were 30% incorrect? You know you can still get off to a fast start. Listen, family, we're going to show you how to bring on your first 3, top owner package members, and you literally will earn about $428. That's crazy, ain't it? Right? You're going to get $90 in initial compensation that we're going to mail right out to you, $30 a month in monthly residual we're going to mail right out to you, and we're going to deposit $428.52 into your bonus bank. And guys, when you onboard that next 4, now here's the thing. We got your back. We're the ones sharing the information for you, right? You get another $200 in compensation, 50. You get $48 in monthly residual, and then a $1,000 bonus check. Can you imagine $1,290 for a $300 investment? I didn't get any money when I bought my last Dooney and Burke purse. There was no return on that investment. I just hid it in the car and then just said, oh, it's an old one. You must have forgot I had that. Right? Guys, $1,290 plus $78 in monthly residual. That's your money. That's yours. So you not only got your money back, you got an extra $1,000 to boot just by letting us help you. Well, Coach JP, what if I don't want to talk to other people? You don't have to. But Coach JP, do I still get the annual vacation? Yes. The answer is yes. Guys, check this out. Listen, if you want to be a builder, because here's what Dr. Coakley says, in order to reduce that number from 768 million to 0, we need an army. Matter of fact, we need multiple armies across the country sharing with people that they can have that annual vacation every single year. Well, we know we got to compensate you very, very handsomely for you to help us do that. So when you bring on those first 3, you become known something that we call a team builder. Now, here's what's bananas that blows my mind is this. Every time your team grows by 7, your team builder group grows by 7, and the caveat is whether you introduce all 7 or not, in your team builder group, you earn $1,000. So in this case, you introduce those top 4. But the first gentleman, John, he introduced 3. Well, 4 plus 3 is what? 7. What did you get over on the left? $1,000 bonus. Well, let's say the next couple is a pastor and his first lady, and they introduced 3 pastors. Did you talk to the pastors? Were they on your list? No. What about the next young lady? She introduces 3, and the lady after that introduces 1. Well, guys, listen. Every time 7 falls into your team builder group, whether you did the work or not, you earn $1,000 bonus. They are unlimited. Guys, not only that, but you get to override at $142.84 that goes into your bonus bank. And every time that gets to 1,000, you get a check. Gets to 1,000, you get a check. It's pretty phenomenal, isn't it? especially since they're unlimited. So let me ask you a question. How many $1,000 bonuses do you need to make 2020 a lot different than 2019? Because the beautiful thing is that we don't put a cap on it, right? Like, the harder you work, the more you'll make. The harder you work, the luckier you'll get. And the company says, listen, every time that group, so 7, right? That gets to 100. Not only have we paid you $1,000 for every 7, but when that 7 gets to 100 people, new people in your team builder group, the company's going to cut you a check for $10,000. And then 7, they're paying you another 1,000 for each of the 7s. And when that new group gets to 100, they cut you another check for $10,000. Why? Because they're unlimited. Now, if you're brand new and you join us, okay, and you let us help you get to your first $10,000 bonus with 100 people in the first 100 days, you unlock another bonus. You unlock a $25,000 bonus. All right, so what am I saying? Let me show you what I'm saying. You know what Grandma used to tell me, especially when I was misbehaving? She used to say, you know what, I can show you better than I can tell you. So this is what it's going to look like. I don't know where my screen went to, but hold on. So what the company's going to do, right, is every time that you have 7, they pay you 1,000. So that's going to happen 14 times for every 100. So that's 14,000. Now, I'm not going to cover all of the overrides, right? I'm just going to cover the $20 you're going to get per each of the persons. They're assuming that you did not recruit them, okay? So that's $2,000 in overrides. Now, there's more money if you personally recruit the people, but we're assuming for the sake of this example, you did not. You just helped other people help themselves. So now that's $26,000, and of course, when you get to that 100, the company cuts you a check for $10,000, right? So that by itself is $26,000. Now, again, there's some additional bonuses that I don't have time to cover. But when you unlock the $25,000, you add that to the $26,000, guys, and guess what? You're at a $50,000 bonus. Total bonus is how much? $50,000. You can do that. How do I know you can do it? Because if somebody that was as broken and as insecure and as down on herself as Janice Parker was when she first saw this platform can do it, then I know for a fact that you can. Let's close up with this, guys. The fact of the matter is that there's personal compensation. There's 100% check match. That would be like, let me give you an example. That would be like, I referred Michelle Knowlton to work at my job. Michelle Knowlton made $1,000 this week. They send me $1,000. That's how it works in our business. We help people get started. They get the team builder. They earn, we earn. You earn in your team builder group, infinity and overrides, and infinity and residuals. Residual income, guys, is because everybody doesn't know what that means. So you know how like Michael Jackson and Elvis Presley are still making lots of money and more money than most people, even though they're not here? That's called royalty. A royalty is a residual income. Ours is not royalty, but it's still a residual income. It simply means an income that it continues to produce long after you stop. And all of us need that. That's how you retire in financial dignity, family. You don't have to physically go in to earn the income. Closing up with this, our executive program, and this is like, you know, when we're working for jobs, we're always thinking like, what would it be like to be the CEO? What would it be like to be the top dog? What would it be like to be the executive? Well, now you have an opportunity to be the executive of your own company because you are the CEO. And guess what? When you get to level 1 director in our company, they give you a very nice blue blazer and $1,000 bonus plus. So you are earning, literally, they just gave us a raise because about 6 months ago, that slide said just $1,000 bonus. But now they're giving you additional compensation for helping people. So in other words, the more people you help, the more money you make. At level 2, guys, they're going to ask you to choose between a Dodge Challenger or a Dodge Charger. They're going to give you $30,000 to outfit the car that you want to outweigh that you want it. They're going to pay for it, the insurance, and cover taxes, title, and licensing fees. You're going to drive the car. And they're going to begin to pay you your monthly director bonus of over $2,000 per month. You get to level 3 champions, and guess what? Now you get to choose from 3 cars, right? Now you get to choose, from 3, the Jaguar XF, the BMW 428i, or the the Mercedes CLA 45 AMG, any one of those. Level 4, right? Level 4 director, guys, a Rolex watch, furs, diamonds, a boat. My girlfriend Tanisha wants a boat. But what I want you to pay attention to is the residual income. At that level, you're making about $8,000 a month. Do you know that that's equivalent? Now, that's just your bonus. That's not your income. That doesn't include everything else we just talked about. Do you realize, though, champions, that that's the equivalent to having $800,000 sitting in an annuity, earning 10%, and you living monthly off the interest? Now, I don't know about you, but having failed a business in my 40s, I don't see myself having $800,000 necessarily saved without this platform where I can live off the interest. But if I'm willing to help you and you're willing to help somebody else, we can both have what is equivalent to having $800,000 on deposit in an annuity. Guys, level 5, this is a tough choice: the Lamborghini, the Bentley, or the Ferrari. I mean, I'm just gonna go with that Bentley, but you get to choose. That's a high class problem to have to try to figure that out. So you may want to start thinking about that now. And what I love is, guys, listen, the company has paid out over 6 of these $1 million bonuses already. I want to be like number 7. Well, maybe not 7, but definitely number 10. What about you? Where do you want to be? Number 10, 11, 9? Where do you want to be? The fact of the matter is, it's totally up to you. And we are the only company that pays this kind of compensation, family. At level 7, $1 million vacation home, motor coach, or a yacht. Dr. Copeland wants the yacht. I'm thinking about that motor coach, but I'm not sure. It's going to be the motor coach or the vacation home. I haven't decided yet. And level 8, guys, of $1.2 million bonus every single year for 10 years. Now, let's have real talk. Because one of the things that people like myself will do is we'll say, I don't believe it, right? And again, it wasn't that I didn't believe the company as much as I didn't believe I could do it. I don't think when people say, I don't think it'll work, they're saying the company won't work. I mean, because we've got thousands of examples of it working. But I think some people may be like me, where they're saying, okay, I've had so many things not go well in life, and and I don't, we don't like to fail. Now, what we have to understand is on the other side of failure is success. So in other words, the dealership closed, but on the other side of that, right? Because when God closes one door, he opens another one. On the other side of that, I found success here. And so I don't want you to be like me, where you're doubting yourself. I want you to believe, right? I want you to believe that if he's no respecter of persons, that what was done for one can be done for another. Does that make sense? But I also remember saying to myself, well, I don't have time, right? And I was so busy working 3 part-time jobs after the dealership closed that I'm so busy just scraping by to make $30,000, $35,000, maybe $40,000, a year, that I almost blew this opportunity, right? If I hadn't taken the shackles, the scales off my eyes, I almost blew the opportunity in this platform to earn $30,000 a month. I also had another conversation with myself. I said, well, I don't have the money. But let me tell you about my grandma. My grandma, her name's Molly Brown, and she's hanging out with Jesus. But my grandmother was what we call the Help. Did you guys ever see that movie, The Help? And that was the women that worked in a home, raised the children, ironed the clothes, cleaned, cooked, all that, right? So my grandmother was the help for a lady right around the street here, about 3 minutes from our house here. And one day, my grandmother goes in, and my grandmother says, this is the last day I'm working for you. What grandmother had decided was, as she told us growing up, God bless the child that has his own, she decided that if I can clean for you, then and in one house, right, and make a little bit of money, I can go clean in multiple houses and I can make a lot of money. So my grandmother, who was the help, became an entrepreneur. And my grandmother would say that, there is no excuse for not starting your own business. If you don't have the money, figure it out. Guys, we're talking $299 today. Now, that's going to run out and it's going to go back to $499. So I'm just saying. But my grandmother would say, if you got to borrow it, if you got to sell something, if you got to work extra for it, Don't let an opportunity pass you by. She would say, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. If somebody is showing you an amazing opportunity, Sir Richard Branson says, you know what, you need to say yes and learn to do it later. So not having the money could not be an excuse of mine because I was raised by Molly Brown. And then the other thing was I didn't believe it. And the interesting thing is when they started mailing $1,000 bonus checks and you start cashing them, it's kind of interesting how your belief level goes up. And at first, I'm thinking to myself, well, if I could just make $2,000 a month, I'll be all right. And of course, when I'm consistently making $2,000, I'm thinking, well, if I could make $5,000 a month, and like Dr. Coakley said, you're saying when you get to $5,000, like, Lord, I was just saying that, but if I could just make $10,000, right, a month. But the beautiful thing is in this platform, you can do that. Or you don't have to. Maybe you're comfortable and just the idea of being able to join our cause and take that annual vacation and be an example to others. You know what I mean? And if that's all you want to do, what I love about this platform is you can do that too. See, champions, we're on a mission to heal the nation with vacations. We're on a mission to improve lives and improve relationships, and we're on a mission to really impact the world. And our goal, again, as we mentioned to you, our goal is zero. It is zero, champions. And we believe this to be what we call the perfect business. Because, listen, for $20 extra per month, you can do what I've been able to do. If you decide that's what you want to do. Now, if you don't want the extra thousands of dollars, you don't have to. But I personally, I'm just going to tell you this story while you read what's on the screen. My mentor, Juliet St. John, built this business. She started it. She was sleeping in her car, and she got started in this business, and she was not sleeping in her car because she couldn't be in her home, but they had said to her, her child could not learn, and she wanted him in the best private school possible, and there was not enough money for her to be in an apartment and him to be in a private school, and so she sacrificed that. And so she's sleeping in the car. She's eating on $5 a day, and so she saw this business, and she went to a convention, and the owner loaned her $500, so that weekend she didn't have to sleep in her car. She could sleep in the hotel. And so she said to herself, if just a little bit of what they're saying is correct, if like 10 to 20% of what they're saying is right, then this thing would be amazing. So she goes to work, and she outworks everybody. She does more presentations like what I'm doing, but in people's homes than everybody in the company, and she becomes a millionaire in this company. Well, since then, she's gone on to earn multiple millions. She's in, with investments, but we were in Florida. I remember I told you we were in Florida, and her mother had called her, and her mother says, my doctor said that there's this new exploratory medicine that I can try that will help slow down the progress of what I'm going through. She said the only problem though is it costs $40,000. Now I don't know if that's $40,000 a pill or per month, but either way, I know I'm not at a place in my life where if my mom called me and said to help, make my life better and sustain it, it's going to be $40,000. Even if they say it per year, how many of us are in a position to do it? See, grandmother used to also say this, family. She used to say, repair your roof while the sun is still shining. And what does that mean? In other words, you may be doing okay right now, okay? But if your parent called and said, hey, there's an exploratory medicine, but it costs $1,000 a pill, $1,000 a month, $1,000 every 15 pills. If we're not in a position where we could say, don't worry about it, which is what Juliet said to her mom. She said, Mom, I'm going to finish this event down here in Florida, and then I'm flying to Canada, and we'll meet with the doctor. She can say to her mom, yes, I don't care what it costs. There is no cost that I can't take care of because Juliet repaired her roof while the sun was still shining. And now when her mother needs her, she's able to stroke a check and wipe a card. So listen, I'm done, right? What's next for you? Here's your call of action, right? Here's your call of action. If you need to look at this again, look at it again, right? Hit play, look at it again. Get back with the person and invite you to the webinar, tag you in the Facebook post, send you the YouTube video. Whoever they are, Don't get back with them. If I invited you or you came from my page, then you'll get back with me. But we keep everything fair. Get back with the person that invited you. Let them know maybe you have some questions. Maybe you need some help. You know, listen. Before I go, I forgot to tell you guys this. See this book right here? It's what you keep that counts, not how much you make. See that book? It's what you keep that counts, not how much you make. Well, guys, there are in here. This book contains the IRS compliant, right? The IRS compliant tax deductions that you have as a business owner. So what if you say, well, Coach JP, I would love to be in, but I don't have the money. Let me tell you something. Because you're going to be in business, you have the ability to adjust your W-4. Now, I'm not an accountant. That's the disclaimer. You have the ability to adjust your W-4. You don't have to leave your W-4 at work. That's at work where you told them, I want 1 deduction, 2 deduction, 3. You have the ability to adjust that higher. And all that means is that the federal government takes less, okay? That means what comes home in your check, and he talks about it, not me. He talks about it in his book. That means what you bring home in your check is more. So maybe over the course of the next two pay periods, you'll have enough to start your business. But in addition to that, you'll have enough to pay for your business on a monthly basis. But then you say, well, Coach JP, but won't that mean I get less tax return at the end of the year? Well, you know, tax refund is just the government giving you your money back. That's refund. But because you're going to have more tax deductions as a business owner than you have as an employee, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Just make sure, and we're going to provide you with an app called TaxSpot where you can track all of your expenses. But guys, you're going to have more tax deductions, which means a bigger refund. And for some people, breaking even for other people, or owing less for even other people because you're in a home-based business. When the IRS, and I'm closing with this, when the tax reform happened in 2017, and most of us missed it, one of the things that our administration did was they made it a little bit worse for tax filing for the average person who just gets a W-2, meaning you work for somebody else. And you keep doing that. I'm not saying stop doing that, but I am saying add a business to what you're doing. Add a 1099, right, to your W-2. Add a business to it. Because, see, this is what people have known for years is that the tax deductions in this country, there are 2 tax codes, one for the business owner and one for the employee. And Grandma used to say this, if you can't beat them, join them. So last thing Grandma would say to you, if she was doing this presentation tonight, is she would say, baby, time waits for no one, right? Don't put off till tomorrow what you need to get done today. And that there is no time like the present. Guys, it has been my pleasure to serve you on this evening and to share some amazing information with you. Get back with the person that invited you to whatever platform you saw this on and let them know you're ready to rock and roll. God bless each and every one of you. You know, I look forward to you posting on Facebook that you just paid off all of your bills because of your business. It's going to be amazing. I look forward to you posting the pictures of all the places you and your family are going to and just went to. It's going to be amazing. Have an incredible rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. This particular webinar is officially over, and we will talk to you very, 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 very soon. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.